The invisible mouse is a lot of fun and really clever as well, because it can't be that easy to show something in animation when that something is invisible. And I think it's done very effectively. This is a 1947 Tom and Jerry cartoon directed by Hanna and Barbera, and Tom, to begin with, is chasing Jerry. There's a very funny bit with involving what are they called? Those things that kind of concertina and they blow air into a fireplace. You know what I mean. I don't know what they're called. Please enlighten me if you do know. But really enjoyed that bit of animation. Eventually, Jerry actually runs into a bottle of invisible ink. And to begin with, just his bottom half is invisible, and I thought that looked brilliant. And then he decides to take the opportunity to jump into the entire bottle of invisible ink and make himself invisible, because this means that he can torment Tom as much as he likes, and Tom cannot see him. And I just think it's so cleverly done the way it's animated, because your eyes follow where Jerry is. You can't literally see him, of course, he's invisible. They haven't animated him invisibly, they've just not animated him at all. But you can still kind of see where he would be. And it's just so cleverly done. And that's not even when he's maybe leaving footprints behind or anything. You know exactly where your eyes are meant to be looking, and it's so effective and so well done, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. The antics that Jerry gets up to are as expected. He definitely takes great advantage of Tom. Spike also appears as well at one point, but I won't say too much about his appearance or what role he plays in this. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought Jerry's performance was on top form. Tom, it's very... One of the reasons Tom and Jerry work so well is because you're not meant to like Tom, because Tom is an antagonist. He's meant to chase Jerry and eat Jerry, and we don't want that. We don't want that to happen to Jerry. But at the same time, Jerry is often the one who is doing mean things to Tom, unsolicited. And it's kind of hard to feel sorry for Tom, because you're meant to not like this cat who's going to eat this mouse. But at the same time, he's often being very physically abused. So it really messes with the mind in a very effective way. And it works. It works really well, and that's definitely what we get here. I felt for Tom, because it was completely unprovoked a lot of the time. But at the same time, we know that at some point he's going to make Jerry's life a living hell. So maybe he can take it. I thought it was a lot of fun. There was one moment that kind of scared me a bit, involving a piano. I did think, I hope no child watching this with a cat is going to try and recreate that with their cat. I know the odds of that exact situation happening are very slim. And I know that cartoons traditionally were not necessarily always aimed at children, although Tom and Jerry, with the birth of television, was certainly gearing up towards cartoons being predominantly for children. But it did kind of concern me a bit that that is something that a child could try and recreate. Hopefully that's never happened. The Invisible Mouse, really enjoyed. Wonderfully animated. Nice little narrative. If you haven't seen it, definitely one that's worth watching.